Look, you've probably heard of King Leonidas of Sparta. Big guy, beard that could scare a lion. Famous for leading 300 Spartans against a gazillion Persians at a place called Thermopylae, the Hot Gates. It was a legendary last stand. Except for Leonidas, it turned out not to be so last. He was the kind of king who didn't just rule. He led from the front, his bronze shield gleaming and his red cape whipping in the wind. He was the toughest of the tough, a man forged in the brutal Spartan agoge, where crying got you an extra helping of spear point poking. He lived for Sparta, he fought for Sparta, and as the history books will tell you, he died for Sparta, or so everyone thought. His final battle was the stuff of legends, a story told to inspire soldiers for centuries, arrows blotting out the sun, spears splintering against shields, the clash of bronze on bronze echoing through the narrow pass. Leonidas and his men fought like cornered badgers with anger management issues. They knew they were doomed. They knew they wouldn't see their homes again. But they fought anyway, for freedom, for their families, and because backing down just wasn't in their vocabulary. When the final blow came, a Persian spear finding its mark, Leonidas fell with a roar that shook the very mountains. His story should have ended there, a heroic but tragic finale. But the gods, especially the grumpy ones who handle the afterlife, have a strange sense of humor. For centuries, Leonidas' spirit rested, or at least tried to. The underworld is not exactly a five-star resort, you know. Imagine an eternity of boring fields, grumpy ghosts, and the constant annoying barking of a three-headed dog. Leonidas wasn't a fan. He was a man of action, not a man of moping around in the dark. He watched from the shadows as the world changed, as empires rose and fell, and as his beloved Sparta faded into memory. He saw his legend twisted and his sacrifice used by people who wouldn't last 5 minutes in Spartan training. This long, dark nap gave him a lot of time to think and to get angry. He saw new tyrants rise, men who made the Persian king Xerxes look like a misunderstood artist. These new enemies were different. They didn't fight with honor. They used deceit, greed, and fear to enslave people, poisoning the world with their corruption. From his shadowy perch in Hades, Leonidas watched them build empires of glass and steel on foundations of lies. He saw the spirit of freedom he died for being crushed under the boot of modern-day despots. And the Spartan king, even as a ghost, began to burn with a fire hotter than any forge in Sparta. So, how does a guy claw his way back from the land of the dead? It isn't easy. You can't just buy a round-trip ticket. One day, or night, or whatever they call it down there, a tremor shook the underworld. Hades was probably having a bad day, or maybe Persephone had redecorated his throne room with flowers again. Whatever the cause, a crack appeared in the very ground of the Asphodel Meadows. It wasn't just any crack, it was a fissure leading back to the world of the living, glowing with an eerie, tempting